Welcome back, Steven Peterson, to MMAOddsBreaker. Today we've got the Legacy Fighting Championships 46 competitor getting ready to fight against Irwin Rivera, coming up here on October 2nd. Just hung up with Irwin. He was, telling his story more than anything, like how he comes from New York and then, made a decision to move down to Black Zillions. He's at a huge team. They've got a lot of notoriety. You're obviously over at Octagon MMA now. It kind of seemed like the Irwin didn't really, he has a game plan, but he really wasn't being revealing with it at all. And so it almost gave me the sense of that he just lets his coaches tell him what to do, and then he does it. Are you that same kind of competitor where you just let the coaches handle everything and you just kind of follow suit, or do you have input into, hey, this is what I want to do during this fight as well?
Right. Yeah. I cooperate with my coaches on my game plan. We talk about what I feel comfortable with, what my coach thinks is going to work best. He has me work on those things. Yeah, I listen to my coach to a T, but I have a lot of input in how it's going to go down, and he's able to analyze me, see what I'm best at, and how to use my tools to achieve the goal. I think the fact that he's at such a big camp, he thinks that's just going to carry him through the fight. But he's going to get in there, and he thinks he's just going to brawl with me. He's going to land that right hook, that overhand left or that straight left, and he's got something coming because he's not going to have a whole lot of luck with that.
At 4-0, he's very early, in his fight career. So it's tough to tell kind of where he's going to end up, how he's going to go. But he's doing pretty well as far as making that style of fight, like standing in front and brawling with somebody and kind of drag him into that area where like you have no choice but to kind of fight that style. But for you, it seems like that style of fight is actually better for you. You end up getting a lot more submissions from that style of fight. You tend to getting a lot more, decisive TKOs and KOs from that kind of style. Are you dragging him into that kind of fight because you know that's where he wants to go, or are you going to put him in that kind of fight because you want to get this thing to the ground as quickly as possible and try to submit him to get it out?
Um, you know, Obviously, I have a big advantage on the ground. If it goes there, I'll take him out pretty quickly. But I feel like I won't have too much trouble on the feet. He's going to brawl, and I'll use my length. I'm very well rounded. I have good striking, good clinch work, good wrestling, and exceptional groundwork. So anywhere the fight goes, I'll be comfortable. I think he's gonna explode forward. I'm gonna end up catching him on the feet, and I might end up getting a knockout out of it.
Where have you improved the most out of this? Because it seems like that you're always training, you're always trying to get better in the gym, but at least your last four fights, you're on a four-fight win streak right now. Like you've been crushing fools. TKO, decision, submission. Right, that's your last four fights, and they've been even your decision was very decisive against Ray Rodriguez. So it's like one of those situations where it seems like that you're always trying to get better, but the style of fight that you're always in, that the opponents are bringing, seems to be the same style of fight every time. So where are you better that you think coming into this fight that you've improved this training camp?
Mainly my top game. I used to be more of I try to stand up with guys, and then when they take me down, I would be able to submit them. But now in my last four fights, I haven't taken any damage. I've been able to drag my opponents to the ground sooner or later, and once it goes to the ground, I don't play that bottom game anymore. It's still something I have in the bag if I need it, but I'm able to control the fight, where the fight goes, and just dominate from the top position rather than play the guard game.
Now, when you say dominate from the top position, when you go for a submission, are you switching from top to bottom? Like I'm on top, I'm gonna get an armbar, and I end up putting myself back on the bottom. Or are you trying to do everything now? All your submissions from the top game are submissions that are gonna be finished on top as well.
Right? Yeah, I'd rather stay on top, position before submission. Back in the day, I used to just think about the finish always, finish, 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 and I'd be able to pull off finishes. But nowadays, it's more I want to dominate the fight. I want to break you until you give me something. If you give me an arm, I may take it if there's 30 seconds left in the round, or I may just keep sitting there and pounding you.
That is a huge difference for you because you're like you said, you do like switching to the bottom back, early in your career. Now, if you stay on top, that's actually the better way to win a fight. Giving up position all of a sudden gives him a chance to get back into it, at least from a judge's standpoint, where you were on top, now all of a sudden you're on your back, even though you went for the submission. A lot of judges, because they don't really know what's going on, think that you got swept, and so then they give the positive point, to your opponent. So that's a big change for you. Best case scenario, knockout or submission. What do you want? What do you prefer in this fight?
Best case scenario was a clean knockout in front of my hometown crowd. Send me off to the UFC.
Has there been talk from the UFC? That's actually my next question. Has there been talk from the UFC about you making that jump up now?
Not personally. Coach told me he had talked to Sean Shelby after my last fight, and Sean Shelby told me to go out and get another finish. So that's what I'm looking to do.
Is there any added pressure knowing that Sean Shelby, the matchmaker for your weight class over at the UFC, is closely paying attention to this fight now?
I know they've been watching me for a little while before my setbacks, and it's on Axis. They watch. Pressure's not really. I feel like I shine under pressure. So the more pressure they want to put on me, the brighter I'll shine. So I don't really feel that pressure. I just feel it as energy. I take it as energy and I use it.
That's Steven Peterson getting ready to fight Irwin Rivera coming up here on Legacy Fighting Champions 46, of course, like you just said, on Access TV. It can be seen October 2nd. Steven, thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate it, man. It's going to be great to watch you fight again. I always do enjoy watching your fights, and this one is going to be a little bit different, but it's going to be a lot of high action, so I can't wait to watch.
Hey, I appreciate it, Frank. I appreciate your time, man.